Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world on Mind Stories. As we always use Monday as Meditation Monday now. Hopefully, this is becoming a habit for everyone, especially everyone who's been coming consistently and anyone new. You can turn Monday from, not so happy day to a happier and peaceful day by starting our week with meditation and continuing our week in a peaceful and positive way. As we know, as our lovely moderator just mentioned, right? Today is the 1st of August. So we're not only starting week, the week in a positive way, but we're also starting this new month in a positive way. So it's very beneficial for us right now to start day one, on the right path so that the rest of the month can become better from a mind that is in a better place. As I say often, if you can put your mind in the right place, we can have the rest of our life fall into place easier than some people like to say that, or have the thinking process or like the mindset that they want to wait. Let's say to get inner peace means that they have to make sure that everything around them falls into place first before they're going to feel inner peace. But if we wait that way, maybe this whole lifetime we never get to that point. Because if you're trying to control the things around you, and some things around us we don't have full control over, but we tend to put our focus on those things more. But the things that we have control over, which is our own mind, our own thoughts, we don't put emphasis on that, some people. So instead of waiting for everything to fall into place and then feel peace, we have to put our mind into place, and then the rest of the things will fall into place. Not necessarily automatically by themselves, but our mind, when it's in a clear and bright state, it has clarity, it has wisdom, it has most importantly, the energy to want to improve, or to, even though we may be in a bad situation, we will be able to see the way out easier than a mind that is obviously in a negative state. So this is something that we should be proud of ourselves, that we take the time to look after our mind on this Monday and also the beginning of August, because before we know it, it's the end of the year. It's already the eighth month of this year. I feel like it was just New Year's the other day. The time is flying by quickly, and we don't know if we have tomorrow, so we should always use today the best we can to look after our mind, and then the rest of the things will be good. Today I had a message or a teaching from Lumpur in the past. He sent it, and I really liked it because he talks about traveling. And in this teaching, he said that a lot of people, we like to travel, right? Maybe in the past couple of years, not so much because of the situations, but normally we like to travel to find some kind of peace, right? Change the environment, go take a break, find somewhere that's a little bit different, from a different atmosphere than we're normally used to. Whether it's, for those of us who live in the hot weather, we want to go to somewhere cool and cold. And for those of us who live in the north, we want to go to the beach, and you want to go to somewhere that is warm and has lots of sun. So it's kind of funny, like, we always want to go find what we don't have. And we think that once we find that thing that we don't have, it's going to make us feel satisfied or make us feel happy. But as we all know, it's kind of a cycle. It's never like a satisfied contentment where, even though you go overseas, you go to somewhere to travel, to see the different environments and, get those different experiences, it always, in the beginning or at the start, we feel happy, we feel more, maybe enjoy the experience, but that enjoyment, that happiness, it doesn't last, and we have to go to the next place and travel to the next place and the next place and the next place, and eventually maybe we get too tired to travel and we just, okay, let's stay home. But even though we stay home, we still travel, not not necessarily physically, but mentally. We are traveling to the past, traveling to the future with our mind, and we're not actually in the present. So this is something that I really liked his message because, like, normally I say this often, but I think it's true that a lot of people don't know how to live in peace, and they wait their whole life to find peace. And for most people, not most people, but a majority of people, I would definitely say a majority of people maybe find peace, or we in Western culture, we call it rest in peace, right? At the funeral, it's like the time when that person can truly rest and go to a better place and, be at ease. As we always say, rest easy, or like, you know, they're in a, now it's their time to rest. But it's unfortunate that we don't learn that, okay, we can actually live in peace right now. We can find moments of peace when we meditate. We can find little moments. And as we practice meditation more deeply, we can even begin to get to that point of where we can live in peace, which it seems right now may seem like a faraway goal, but it's completely possible if we continue to practice meditation. So everyone here is starting to learn how to live in peace rather than waiting until the end. As we mentioned, like with traveling, Paul mentioned that when we travel, it's kind of funny. It's like, not only do we have to spend energy, spend time, and we feel tired from planning, right? From the beginning, if you think about it, from the beginning, middle, and end, we have to do a lot of planning. We have to do a lot of thinking. And we start with being tired. Like you see in the picture, they're already drinking coffee, getting ready to plan where they're going to go, what country, where am I going to stay at, what hotel, how are we going to get there, what's the best ticket. So already before you travel, he said that traveling is all about, it's not actually resting. We actually feel tired from the beginning, in the middle, and eventually when we even get there, we still feel tired and we need to rest. So it's like, is it really a way to rest our body and mind? He gave us that question. So yeah, we have to plan, use the energy to plan. And then of course, it's not free, right? We have to spend money. We have to spend our valuable time most of our time in actually traveling. For a lot of the times, it's, when I travel to America from Thailand, that's a whole 18-hour or 16-hour flight, right? So there we go. There goes that day. And it's not always the most relaxing time to travel, right? We have to go through so many different hurdles, especially with security and everything. And he mentioned that even though we take trips, sometimes it's enjoyable, but it's not always enjoyable the whole time, right? When you get into the car in the beginning, oh, we're going on a road trip with our friends, with our family. It's so exciting. Let's go. Like, let's all get in the car. And what happens in the maybe 30 minutes pass by, an hour. In the beginning, we're all listening to music or maybe talking, enjoying the ride, enjoying the view. But eventually, an hour passes by. Some people start to fall asleep. Most of everyone falls asleep except for the person driving. So it's not that enjoyable, especially when, take a road trip. For anyone who lives, even in America, if you take a trip I remember I moved from New Jersey to Florida at one point, and we took a road trip as a family from New Jersey to Florida. And yeah, it's not that fun. Or you had to take so many breaks, and it's just, sleeping and waking up and, enjoying the view for some points, listening. But again, you mentioned when we travel, it's not enjoyable the whole time, and it's tiring as well. So, is it the right kind of travel? Is it really the point of traveling to rest and to find happiness? Is it the right way to travel? You asked that question again. And he also mentioned with us going to space, it seems like uh, a good venture to travel and discover the unknown and get this new technology and working together as a as humankind to reach for the stars and go to the moon, go to Mars, go to keep going and going. But he also mentioned that what happens when we get to the moon? What happens when we get to Mars? We still have the same problems because as we travel, no matter the distance that humans travel to go to the moon, to go to Mars, to go to Pluto, to go other universes, you're still carrying the same things in your mind because you're not leaving behind the problems on Earth. You're taking your problems in your mind still. Because what happens when you get to the moon? And you still have greed, you still have anger, you still have delusion in your mind. You still have negative capabilities in your mind. So it's not, we may think that when we get to the moon, we get to Mars, there'll be a solution there to help humankind, but actually it's not going to the right place. We're not traveling to the right place to get rid of the problems. And it may even cause even more problems. We don't know. So you mentioned even though we get to the moon or to Mars or wherever it may be, we're still carrying the same issues. And maybe we even bring those issues to that new planet. So he says we need to ask ourselves, is that the right kind of travel? So the right kind of travel that he mentioned, he said you don't need to travel far. Don't go take that much time. You can travel like this anytime, anywhere. And most importantly, it's free. So we can do it anytime, anywhere. And you don't have to spend any time being tired. You don't have to spend any time being bored if you practice correctly. And he said that there's a road or a pathway inside of us that we can take to get to true happiness, to find a happiness that's inside of you, and also to find a place to rest your body and rest your mind truly. So it's a different kind of travel, a travel where you don't have to go outside, you don't have to go anywhere, you just have to go inside. As we learned about in quarantine the past couple of years, is that sometimes it's not safe to go outside, but it should be safe to go inside. And for most people, going inside or staying still with your mind seems, for some people, it can even be scary, or it can even be some task that seems impossible to still your mind or to get rid of that negative emotion in your mind. But if we practice correctly, like we've been mentioning, with relaxation of both body and mind, those obstacles will fade away. The negativity in your mind will fade away, and you will find that road of happiness that's inside of you, that pathway of happiness that's inside of you at the source that we mentioned in the past, which is the center of the body, right? It is at your, as you can mention, like in the middle of your stomach, 2-finger widths above your navel is the center of the body. But that's just to know. But in practice, don't worry about the exact point. In practice, all we have to do is relax our body, relax our mind, and our mind will it subconsciously knows this pathway, but we have to help guide it back on track by keeping our body relaxed, keeping our mind calm, using the mantra, using the visualization to help keep it on the path. If you go bowling or something, maybe for people who aren't experienced, you need the guard rail to make sure that the bowling ball doesn't fall into the ditch on the side, right? So that's what we use, the mantra and visualization, to keep your mind on the path. Maybe not perfectly on the path, but it's still going, and eventually it'll get to the end and hit a pin, hit the goal. And that's the same thing with your meditation. This pathway is inside of you, and it is a road of happiness. And the difference between traveling in this sense is that it only will be more enjoyable There is no moment of boredom if you practice correctly. And you're not going to fall asleep if you practice correctly. It's going to be a trip that you don't have to wait to the destination to feel happy or to feel like, okay, I need to get to the end to, you know, enjoy the trip as we normally do in everyday time when we go on vacation. It's like it's only the main goal is to get to the place to enjoy your vacation, but the travel time is just wasted time for the most part. But in meditation, you can enjoy every step of the journey and you can enjoy it more and more. And the destination, I wouldn't say there is an end destination in meditation. There is always more that you can do. There is no end. The more you practice, the more you gain. So there is no, don't worry about getting to the destination because you're already there. As soon as you start to feel happy, as soon as you start to feel calm and relaxed, you're at the destination. You're enjoying the journey and just keep going. Don't worry when you're going to get to the end because it can only go on and on and on. My Paul, my master, my mentor, he would say that it's like some similar to eating food. It's not actually, it's different than eating food. When we have our favorite meal, when we have our favorite food, we can only eat so much, right? Even though you love it, even though it's your favorite, you can only take a certain amount until you get full. And you can't go any further. You have to stop. But in meditation, it's the opposite. It's only going to get, there is no full. It's more and more and more and more. And the taste, it gets better and better and better and better. The feeling and the emotion that you will get. So let's take some time right now to travel to that place inside of us, take a vacation together right now. The weekend is over, but we can find our time to rest right now by meditating together and taking our trip inside. So let's prepare ourselves to meditate before we continue the session. So like always, please take some time to adjust your body. So now it's time for us to take a moment to rest, to take a trip to the point of peace within us, where it can rest our body and truly rest our mind. For most people, they spend their time traveling on the outside, looking for happiness in different places, in people, in different situations, in different destinations. But now it's time for us to find a happiness that's always been inside of us. We're taking the time to adjust our body. There's no need to rush. It's not like we're going to the airport where we need to rush to get to the gate on time. Our journey begins the moment we begin to relax. It's not about the speed. It's about the direction that we're going. So in order to go in the right direction, we need to make sure that we have a foundation of relaxation, of comfort. As we slowly and gently close our eyes, naturally, as if we're about to go to sleep. because it's time for us to rest. Your mind has been waiting to rest. So let's take the time to relax and release, finding a comfortable position. Not worrying about having a perfect picture, posture, because we're meditating to find our relaxation. So let's make sure that every single part, every single muscle is relaxed. No matter how many times we meditate, we need to check. Because every day we use our body. So let's take a deep breath, breathing in deeply, exhaling slowly, trying to put your attention softly and gently on your breath as we breathe in, as we breathe out, feeling your breath as it passes through your nose, fills up your lungs, almost as if our breath ends at a certain point within us and expands, spreading out throughout your body, filling our body with relaxation, with comfort. As we exhale, we allow every muscle to relax, allowing all the stress, all the tension, any tightness to leave, to melt away, to fade, leaving our body in a more relaxed and released state. And then we can just check one more time, making sure that our eyes are relaxed, because we don't need to use them in order to see or experience the happiness within us. We need to use our feeling, not our eyes. So let's relax and release. And let's put a small smile on your face, as if we're welcoming, embracing, and most importantly, accepting the relaxation we feel. No matter how small, as long as we continue to relax the best we can. It doesn't matter how much relaxation we start with. As long as we feel a little bit better than when we started, That is enough to push us in the right direction, as long as we remain content, keeping our mind in the present. Because now is time for us to let go, physically and mentally. We can only do that by relaxing. It's not something we can force. It's not something that we can make to go faster. It will happen naturally, automatically. All we need to do is guide it, observe it. But first, we need to try our best to let go of anything that may be holding our mind back. Letting go of the past. Stop grasping for the future and simply accept and receive the present by keeping your mind here with yourself. It's now time to take care of yourself. It's not being selfish, but it's taking the time to love yourself first. Once we love ourselves, allow our mind to heal, to recharge, to rest. We can help and spread that love and energy into the things that we love, to the people we love. But first, let's help our mind to calm down, help our mind to rest, help our mind to stay in the present by using a method that is easy, simple, relaxing. For some of us, that may be using the mantra, repeating softly and gently, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. As this mantra resonates within us, almost as if the sound is coming from within us, soothing and coaxing your mind like a lullaby, helping your mind to become more calm, free from any distractions, whether it's coming from outside of you or coming from our own thoughts. Or some of us may find it easy, simple, relaxing to visualize. Visualizing the full moon, the sun, a star, or any image that is pure, any image that helps your mind to feel bright, But again, you can imagine it anywhere, however you like, and wherever you like, as long as it helps you to feel relaxed, as well as to feel aware. Because this journey to this point of peace within us, we need to have two companions to help bring your mind to that place, to keep your mind on the road of true happiness. Those two companions is to be conscious with comfort. As long as you have those two companions with you, we are on the right road. We are going in the right direction. And all we need to do is to follow them, follow that feeling. When those two companions are together, walking, traveling, we will feel like everything is in balance. We won't have any obstacles because these two companions will help to navigate, to guide us, to overcome any obstacle. And even though we may encounter some obstacles, whether it's us feeling sleepy, feeling tense, having a wandering mind, just like any trip, sometimes we have turbulence, sometimes we have bumps. But we can still get to the destination safely. We don't need to get frustrated. We just need to readjust, reset, to find that balance where we feel conscious with comfort, whether that means going back to using the mantra, going back to visualizing again, or placing your mind, feeling, touching a place where you can place your mind comfortably. Whatever method works for you. But every time we reset, every time we readjust, it doesn't mean we're starting over. The distance we traveled doesn't disappear. Every moment of calm, every moment of relaxation that we collect, it will all add up, helping our mind to become more clear, more bright, more positive. Because right now we are on the road to true happiness. As the Buddha mentioned, Natti Santi Parang Sukhang, which means there is no other happiness that surpasses the serenity of the mind. Right now, we're on the right path. We are in the stream of true happiness. The longer we stay, the more we will feel as our body becomes more relaxed, as our mind becomes more calm. In the stillness, not only will wisdom arise, but a true happiness rising like the sun, like the full moon, rising above the clouds, rising from the horizon. All we need to do is to remain a good observer, making sure we have our companions where we feel conscious and comfortable side by side. Naturally, automatically, the darkness in our mind, the clutter, the noise, it will settle down. It will fade away, revealing that point of peace, that place of peace within us, which is our true refuge, that we can access anytime, anywhere. So let's take the time together to enjoy the meditation, to enjoy the journey every step of the way. As the relaxation grows, as we create that foundation of relaxation of both body and mind, we will be able to receive the gift of the present moment. That is why Luang Pu, the great master of meditation, he mentioned stop is the key to success. Once we stop our mind, the true happiness will start. So let's continue together in silence. Now that we have rested our body and taking the time to rest our mind, every moment that we collect, every moment where we feel that our mind is more still, is a spark of clarity, a spark of happiness, a spark of purity, where your mind is free, free from the past, free from the future, free from any negativity, any greed, anger, delusion. And in that moment that we collect, those moments, our mind becomes positive, our mind becomes more powerful as we've taken the time to go to the true source of all positivity, whether it's true love, compassion, understanding. It can only come from within you as we allow those good seeds within our mind to grow, taking the time to look after yourself, to love yourself. But now that we've taken that time to fill our mind with more positivity, allowing the compassion, the understanding, the love to grow within you. Now it's time to spread it, even though it's just a wish. Because as we change the way we think, we can change many things. Don't underestimate the power of a mind that is free from any negativity. Our mind is the element of success. What we think, we can become. Take the time now to spread that positivity within you by channeling it into a wish, beginning from within you, starting from yourself. Because only if we love ourselves can we truly love and care about others. So take a moment to wish for yourself, to be happy, to be fortunate, to have the strength to overcome any obstacle, have the wisdom, have the clarity. As we spread out, expanding our mind, almost as if that positivity within us is like a brightness, a sphere glowing within you that we can feel as it expands, covering your body, slowly expanding out. As you wish for your family, your loved ones, your friends, slowly expanding out, covering your home, covering your town, almost as if that feeling continues to spread out, expanding, covering your country, eventually covering the whole world, and keep going. Your mind can send positivity, just like the sun warms and lightens this world and the universe. And now, after we expanded, after we spread, after we finish wishing, we can slowly come back to ourselves, feeling that relaxation, feeling that positive feeling again. As if that feeling is within you. At this pace, our mind relaxingly, gently, with yourself for a moment. Sapphe Buddha Balabhata Pacheganang Jayang Palang Arahanta Nate Shirakang Bandhami Sappaso Sappaputtha Nupavena Sappathamma Nupavena Sappasangha Nupavena Satha Soti Bhavantu Te. By the power of a positive and calm mind that you have generated from this meditation, may it help to make our life more clear, more bright, more positive. And when we are ready, we may gently, slowly open our eyes. Welcome back from your journey. Hopefully you don't feel tired, you feel more relaxed and comfortable. And before we continue with the questions or comments, please take a moment to turn on your camera. Pass the mic back to Yao.
Thank you, Monk Daniel. Kindly switch on your camera if you wish to share your big smile so that we can take a nice family photo. Let's smile. Thank you. Next, we will have our Q&A session. So if you have any questions, or you may share your meditation experience in the chat box. Thank you.
Yes, and like always, please give me initial feedback if possible on how you feel. How was your journey? How was your trip just a moment ago? Did you feel anywhere on the scale or above it? Please feel free to share, whether it's 1 through 5 or anything above that. And also, ideally, if you could also expand on your experience, or if you have any questions about your experience, any turbulence, any obstacles in your meditation, please share so we can help each other, or maybe someone else here can share, well, maybe their own technique, and that can be, beneficial and helpful for everyone. Most importantly, encouragement for everyone. Sometimes when you see someone's experience is similar to us, it gives us confidence, right? That we're not the only one, and not only is it maybe it's a good experience, or maybe it's something that they encountered that was a little bit of an obstacle, but if we share it, we can see and help each other and encourage each other, the most importantly. That's why it's so important to come and meditate together if possible. Right now we have 33 people. It's very important to sometimes practice meditation as a group, because even though we are at different places, when you meditate together, it has a special energy, and we can, from the picture, sorry, let me show. We all have this pathway, same path, same road, same destination. So when we meditate together, it's like we're all on the same road. We're all on the same path, and we all go to the same destination. So as we do that together as a group, it's very powerful, more powerful than by yourself. So ideally, please, advertise to come meditate every Monday and every Thursday, so you can connect and travel together, just like birds that migrate, right? They can go very far, very all over the world as a team, right? They don't fly by themselves and they help each other. So that's why we practice meditation together. Anyway, let's wait for the questions or any comments. See many. Some 4s, some 5s, very good. Some 3s. So overall, very good. Anywhere above on higher than a 3 today seems very improving. We have 5 with unbelievable. Okay, from Yo, I find it difficult to meditate when I am sick. Is there any special technique, or is it better not to meditate when we are sick? This is a very good question, and also, a common difficulty that we all have to encounter because, of course, this body, even though it's our own body, sometimes we can't control. Actually, we don't have control over it completely. Sometimes we want to stay healthy, or we don't want to age, we don't want to get sick, but unfortunately, it has to happen. So normally when we get sick, there's a couple ways to deal with it. In the sense of where you're very sick to the point of where you need to rest, like you can't, it's physically draining or mentally draining to sit down and meditate or even lay down to meditate. I would initially recommend you to rest first, but if you are still capable of, you're not in too much pain, you're not in too much, you're not too overwhelmed with your sickness, I would like you to try first to see if you can, as we say, adjust the body as best as you can. Of course, you're not going to feel as comfortable as a normal time when you're not sick, but don't compare it to other sessions. Compare it to now. Compare it to when you start, right? At the moment, when you start in the beginning, you feel uncomfortable. And if you can adjust to be a little bit less uncomfortable, okay, that's a good start. And then to help, that's a good push in the right direction. And then you need to use the visualization and the mantra, or even in some cases, both together as quickly as possible. So you can kind of overcome or race against the pain or the sickness that you're feeling, that it doesn't overcome you right away. And this is something that takes a little bit of practice, but the key thing is you don't compare to like past sessions. Being comfortable or relaxed in meditation, every session we actually have comfort and relaxation, but sometimes we don't accept it because we compare it to past sessions or we expect more than we have. So it becomes like, even though we have a certain amount of relaxation, we don't accept it, so we throw it away, and then we feel uncomfortable and we feel unsatisfied and we can't continue. So what we need to do is don't focus about past sessions or don't expect future experience. Just be in the present and realize that right now, right in front of you, right now as you're sitting, you feel a little bit more relaxed than when you started, and that's enough. That's enough for now. So we have to keep that kind of mindset. Well, right now, if I feel just a little bit more relaxed than when I started, I'm on the right path. And if we continue with the mantra, continue with the visualization, it will help to block out the sickness. As you may notice, sometimes you may even feel that headache or that drowsiness or that physical or mental, it will get better. Almost like you forget about that you're sick. I know it can happen, and yeah, you can help to heal with your mind as well. So hopefully it takes a little, it's not easy, of course. So that's why it's very important that we use our time now where we're not sick to train our mind and develop our meditation deeper now so that it prepares you for when you are sick, prepares you to when you are find a difficult situation, whether it's mentally or physically. It's going to be a lot easier to overcome it when you prepare now. What we're doing right now by meditating and, taking the time to develop your mind now, that's why my masters would always say we need to reflect on death and reflect on how we have a healthy body right now and we have time right now. So we need to use that time wisely and prepare our mind for eventually where we have to get sick and eventually where we have to die. Okay, hopefully that helps. From Andre. I used to just meditate alone, but that led to inconsistency. Since starting meditating with the group, I have become a more motivated and regular meditator with more perspective. I got encouraged by all of you. Thanks. Be well and sabai. Exactly. Exactly. As you meditate together, yeah, I am guilty of this as well in the past. If you meditate by yourself, we don't always have the willpower to continue, or maybe not even just to get to the start. Sometimes just to get to wherever it is that we're going to meditate, or just to take the time to meditate. If we don't have a group, we don't have a community, it can be it takes a lot of willpower. So for those of you who can do it, that's very amazing that you have that willpower, and it's going to make you a very good meditator for sure, because as I say often, that consistency is the hardest part of meditation. So if you can conquer that, you already have most of the ability to develop yourself in meditation, is being consistent. So if you can come and meditate in a group, like in my community, my monk community, we meditate together 4 sessions a day. And of course, you can meditate by yourself, but we have 4 main sessions where we meditate together in the morning, late morning, afternoon, and at night. And the reason for that is not only in like the tangible and intangible, or the things that you can see and feel. There's, different energies, but just in like don't have to go supernatural, but just in the psychological or physical thing that we can see is that if you're sitting together in a group, of course it's going to motivate you to continue to meditate. Because let's say you open your eyes and you see everyone around you is still sitting, right? It encourages you to, okay, there's other people here, they're still going, let me continue to go. But if you open your eyes and the room is empty at night, for example, okay, maybe it's time to go to sleep. Let me go back to my bedroom, or let me go back to my tent and we go and sleep. But if you open your eyes and you see like this community around you is still sitting, it helps you to keep going. And also, as I said earlier, the energy is different. So yes, I'm glad you shared, and hopefully everyone feels some way like that, right? And please come if you can experiment with yourself. How is it when you meditate by yourself, and how is it when you meditate in a big group like this? It's a big group, but a peaceful group. It's different, right? It's different than, okay, let me go meditate in, Central Park or something like that, or maybe in the middle of the subway or something like that, and it's very busy. But if you meditate in a community that is peaceful and have the same, as we say, we're on the same path, same goal, the energy is different. From Edwin, I had tried to use meditation to heal my knee swelling and pain without any aid from medicine. Just concentrate to imagine and think of recovery status during meditation. Also, issue and a recovery order from your brain during meditation is helpful and gets better from your sickness. Of course, my sickness is not too serious at the time. I would recommend do both, meaning mentally and also physically. So mentally, when we're meditating, we can put our mind in that kind of state. As you mentioned, if you can kind of like wish that the pain goes away, it helps, like if you use the mantra or the visualization. But of course, it's not necessarily healing it. It's just taking your focus off of the pain and onto something that makes you feel more calm. And as you do that, it can help you to recover. As you know, if you focus on pain, it gets worse. If you focus on something that's calming and relaxing, it helps to ease the pain and eventually maybe even go away. And that's how it helps you to recover. And if not to go into, but yeah, it's a good step. But also, if you are able to look after it after, is also two ways. And as well as if that swelling or pain is like very distracting to the point where you can't like mentally make it feel better, then of course, please adjust too. Please move your body. It's okay. Don't wait until your knee feels like it's gonna explode. You can move. From 10, I began with 0 and I almost cried. So positive, and the mind was like a baby again. So you started at 0 and ended with a 5, where you feel unbelievable. Okay, very good. That's amazing that you can huge change of spectrum from maybe feeling down, but getting to a refreshed state, a happy state. So that shows that, yeah, no matter the obstacle, no matter the difficulty that you may encounter in a day, if you become like for 10, you've been coming every day, every session, many programs, so you're mentally able to, no matter how you start, you can finish in a good way. So that's very good. From Pam. นมัสการค่ะหลวงพี่ Daniel. Very nice session. At first, I have some light thoughts and using the mantra Samarahang and able to bring the mind inside. Felt very peaceful and sabai and feel the light far away. And then the brightness came closer and stayed inside for quite a while. Sat contently and it came again when blessing with Bali. Quite surprised with today's meditation results because I had a busy day with work. Thank you very much. I like that no matter like what we see, like on this path, it's like we're on a road. Similar to driving. When we're on a path and we're on the road, on the highway, there's like street light, right? Lamp on the side, 1 light, 2 light, 3 light. So the key thing is to keep driving, and that lamp or that street lamp is going to come to us automatically, right? If we keep going. But if we stop, we only get 1 light, right? One lantern on the side of the road. But if we keep driving, it's another lantern, another lantern, another lantern. So that's what we have to do. Keep driving, and we're going to get more and more brightness, and most importantly, we're going to feel better and better. So don't worry if it comes or it goes, or if it's far away. It will, as you said, it will come to you naturally because we're moving towards it, or we're we're driving. We're driving to the destination and keeping on the road. So everything we see, everything we experience, it will start out far away for some cases, and it will come closer to you automatically. As long as you stay relaxed, stay physically and mentally relaxed, it's gonna take you there. From 10, I use 50 minutes to clear the clutter. My eyes are better too. Wow, a whole month. Exactly. Sometimes, depending on how busy our day is, like maybe Pam, we have a lot of work, our day is busy, but in that cases, it may take longer than normal. So it's very important that if you had a busy day, you kind of have to give yourself a little pep talk, and don't be too hard on yourself, and don't expect too much from the session. Meaning that, okay, don't go into the session thinking that I need to relax quickly, because you need to accept that, okay, today just like, if you use your body a lot, let's say you ran a marathon, and then after you ran the marathon, it's time for you to, do some more, push-ups or something. Of course, you're gonna not be able to do as much as you would like, or maybe not even be able to do one because you're so tired. So mentally, sometimes the same. It's like you have a lot of clutter, you have a lot of maybe negativity. So we have to accept that it's going to take a little bit longer to get to that relaxation. And if you can switch that mindset in the meditation, actually it's going to go quick because you're letting go of expectation. But if you start with expectation, it's going to go slow. So that's why I try to put yourself in that mindset that, okay, I'm just here to relax. I'm just here to do the best I can. No matter how long it takes, no worries. Let me just use the mantra and say it over and over. And before you know it, your mind is going to calm down. But the key thing is not to go into the meditation with too much expectation. From Lee Shu, today I have problem with sleepiness during meditation, resetting a few times, and eventually was able to stay awake. But unfortunately, the session was going to end. Okay, no problem. I know sometimes we can feel sleepy in meditation, but at least you're taking the time to reset, and it's going to help you to create that habit of being not falling off the path. So, if you go back to the driving example, that when we are on the road, if we don't practice once we start to just like people who fall asleep at the wheel, if you fall asleep, if you feel tired and you drive, it's dangerous, right? So if you feel tired, they recommend to pull over and rest, right? Ideally, if you feel to the point of where, okay, I need to sleep or I need to rest. So that's what we're doing in the meditation when you reset, is you're taking the time to reset yourself, to reorientate yourself, become more awake, more conscious, because you have a lot of relaxation already. And then you can come back on track. So as you do that more often, it's going to help. Maybe not right away, but eventually it builds that habit of staying in balance. So please keep doing what you're doing, and the sleepiness will get better. From Tan, I can't block negativity from my helper. May you advise how to? Sometimes, meaning from someone else, if you have negativity coming from someone else and you can't block it out, then we have to create more positivity within us. We need to meditate more. And it's similar to, if your brightness of mind, that positivity of mind is greater than the darkness around you, it doesn't take that much positivity to make the negativity, it doesn't take that much light to take the darkness away. But we have to make sure we have enough within you first. Just like, if you go into a dark room with one little candle, it's already brighter. And if you can increase that brightness, meaning that positivity within you, the darkness can't win. You can't fight darkness with darkness. You can only fight you can only fight darkness with light. And she likes crying a lot. I can't change no problem. Create the positivity within you first, and it will create, as you think more positive and you feel more positive, it's going to shine out through your words, your actions, and the people around you are going to feel it. So whether it's your helper or the person who's helping you, maybe they're negative now, but as they see you in a good mood and you treat them in a good way, it's going to help them to be changed bit by bit. Not right away, because of course, everyone has, as we mentioned, we all have those greed, anger, and delusion in our mind, and some more than others. So it takes more time than other people. From Li Chu. Thanks for the advice. Always looking forward to meditate with your guidance. Thank you for coming and, helping to make this environment for everyone as well. Because if it was just me, I'm sure it's not going to be as as motivating as imagine if you came in the Zoom and there was just like 2 people, right? It's not the same feeling as you open and you see, 30 people, many people. So it helps. So I think that's just about the rest of the questions and comments. So hope to see everyone this following Thursday, as well as every Monday, every Thursday coming up. And like always, don't wait until Monday or Thursday to meditate. Don't wait until the weekend to rest. Don't wait until the end of the year to go on vacation. You can do it right now when you meditate. You can do it anytime, anywhere. You can have the time to rest, both your body and your mind, by practicing meditation now. And you're going to be able to recharge, reconnect to a source of happiness that can only come from within you. So don't forget that, and hope to see everyone very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Monk Daniel, for your valuable teaching today, and look forward to see you next Monday. And thank you everyone for joining Mind Story session today. Don't forget to bring more friends so that we can actually share the inner happiness together. Before we end the session, let's pay our respect to Monk Daniel by putting our hands together and bow 3 times. First bow, second bow, third bow. Thank you.
May everyone, by the positivity that you generated within yourself, by taking the time to charge your mind, recharge it with positivity, and all the positive things that you have done in your past that you can remember or that you can't remember, all that positivity, may that bless your life to be fortunate in every way, successful in every way. May it pull and surround you with positive people, positive situations, positive opportunities, and help you to overcome any difficulty, any obstacle in your life. And most importantly, may you be able to still your mind quickly and easily, connecting to that source of happiness that's within you very soon.
Sadhu. Thank you, everyone. Hope you will have a good start for the month of August. See you coming Thursday. Bye. Enjoy.